Hello. Hello. Prue Asset here, leading intuitive business strategist and women's transformation catalyst. I help women to deeply embody their essence and to bring forward their divinity through their soul work. I help them to package their brilliance and really own their value so that they can create something incredibly transformational for their clients that sees their bank balance climb in a beautiful, authentic, genuine way. So I wanted to jump in today. I was reading an article yesterday that was sharing that there's 400,000 women at risk over the age of 45 at risk of homelessness in Australia. And homelessness is a topic that is quite near to my heart. I haven't quite worked out exactly why that is, other than the obvious. But when I first moved up to Byron Bay about 10 years ago, when I first moved out of my hometown and up here, I was volunteering for about a year with an organisation called Liberation Larder. And they serve meals to the homeless. So it's a Buddhist organisation, I believe, and they gather groceries from supermarkets and wherever else that are kind of no longer okay to be on the shelves, but are still okay to be eaten. So once they get kind of a little bit ugly, so consumers won't buy them, but then they're still good for food. They used to gather all of those ingredients and then bring them back to this kind of hub, this kitchen, and the volunteers would make up meals. Any of the leftover food that people would be able to come through and kind of shop for, get a bag and get whatever they wanted or needed, and then have a meal. And so this is something that I got to do for a little while I was living in that area nearby to there. And it really struck this chord with me and struck this interest with me in, how does it happen? Homelessness is such a almost like a subtle issue, because when you would see homeless people is when you would normally be, if you're not homeless, at home, kind of asleep, if that makes sense. So it really struck me as this thing that is so, is so prevalent, but is also somewhat invisible, which seems kind of insane. Anyway, so in all of that kind of exploration at the time, it became really clear to me that it doesn't take much to become homeless. Even if we are currently living in a house, currently employed or with our own business or anything like that, currently in a relationship, all of these factors, if one or two key factors collide at the same time, then it's really quite simple actually for people to find themselves homeless. And this is something that I found through listening to the stories of the people that were coming in, as well as listening to the stories that I was kind of investigating and researching at the time. So anyway, reading this article yesterday about the fact that 400,000 Australian women over the age of 45 are at risk of homelessness really sunk in for a couple of reasons. One, because of what I've just shared, and the other because I am so inspired to support women to be financially sovereign, to be financially independent, to really build that sense of financial sovereignty for themselves. Because it's beautiful obviously to be in a partnership and to be building towards something together, and I also think that it's really important to be able to be bringing to that our own sense of wealth. So some of the risk factors that they were talking about, and this comes down to what I was sharing about, just a couple of factors can kind of collide and really make this happen, were not owning their own home, not being fully employed, being a lone parent, things like that. And there's also, you know, this issue of a lack of affordable housing and things. So one of the things that I was considering as well is, you know, women. I mean, I think all women are amazing. I think all humans are amazing, but women of a certain age, women who get to beyond 45, whatever it is, beyond 60, on and on and on, there is just this increasing value and increasing level of wisdom and divinity and so much that they have to offer, and so much that we have to glean as a community, as a planet, from women of this age. And the fact that there are so many at risk of homelessness in this age bracket just really feels almost criminal to me, because the energy that those women will be putting into just trying to survive and not be homeless is energy that they could be putting into sharing their incredible selves, sharing their souls, being the nurturers, being the great mothers of this planet and of this earth that we call home right now. And we need their voices, we need their wisdom, and we need their energy right now. So this is why I'm so passionate about financial sovereignty, and why I'm so passionate and have always been a really passionate investor as well, is around this sense of financial independence. And I'm so passionate about supporting women to secure their financial future. You know? Yes, to build something now. Yes, to feel fulfilled. Yes, for all of those reasons. Yes, to impact our communities, our families, ourselves, our livelihoods. But also to build a strong financial future. So that's what I really felt called to come in and share with you about today. I want to say as well that it is never too late. It's never too late, and you are never too old to share your soul work, to share what is at the depth of you, and to actually bring it forward. You know, it doesn't need to take a long time. It doesn't need to be hard. With the strategy and the structure that I teach, it's actually a rather organic, authentic, feminine, beautiful, flowing process. So if you're ready to embrace your financial sovereignty by sharing your brilliance in the world, then I want to invite you to book in for a free 30-minute heart-to-heart with me at ceopriestesschat.com. And together we'll map out a divine plan for your financial ascension. Sending you so much love today and always.